When a person makes a decision to do something different, they understand that the controversy of the decision that they made, they're going to have to deal with it one way or the other. And this young man is coming into a situation in which he understood fully that there's going to be a lot of chaos and controversy that was going to come along based on the decision that he made to take his talents to an HBCU instead of a Power 5 program. Well, you got to understand one thing. He had to sit down and really interview the players that's around him on his team to understand the fact that if he falls down or even trip just a little bit, those players that are around him, they're going to uplift him and continue to keep pulling him forward, making sure he's not that man that's left behind. And those young men, those brothers that he's going to be in battle fighting with this upcoming season, they're even greater than him because guess what? They're going to have to take everything that they have to uplift him to show the world just how great they really are. Let's get into the controversy. Let's get into the controversy. You know it's your favorite coach back at it again. 10 toes down, about to tell you how it all went down. This is Tomorrow Leader Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. For all my leaders out there, welcome back. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and share these videos and tap in a friend or two and tell them to come on in. It's nothing but positive vibes. We're just having a good time talking about HBCU sports. And don't forget, you can follow us on all social media platforms. The links are listed down below in the description. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and tap on in this thing because, you know, SWAC Media Day was pretty interesting. I'm going to be honest with you. I had a good time while I was there. I got my SWAC Media Day story I'm going to drop for you. I know, guys, I've been out there on the road for the past couple of weeks going to the SIAC Media Day, the SWAC Media Day, and I had to take a little time, a little downtime, a little R&R with the family, you know, before the kids get ready to go back to school. Y'all know that whole big thing, right? But the biggest conversation that I've seen going on since I haven't really been able to get, you know, everything together in the manner which I wanted to get the content out for you while I was out on vacation was the controversy of Travis Hunter being at the SWAC Media Day. We got to be honest with you. We got to understand one thing, guys. Business is business. And you've always heard me say, college is what? A business. And it's no different than college sports being a business as well. There's no real way to put this. I mean, if Coach Prime didn't take Travis Hunter to the SWAC Media Day, it was like, dang if he do, dang if he don't. Why? Because the questions were still going to be asked by the media that was there. Where's Travis Hunter? Why didn't you bring Travis Hunter? I mean, those questions are going to be right there on the spot where people are going to be asking those questions of Jackson State football program head coach Prime, as well as QB1 Shedeur Sanders of why he wasn't there. So it wasn't really a slight to any of the athletes that were not, you know, invited to come to represent the university. I don't personally think so. I understand you guys may feel differently, and I respect that. Understand this one thing for Coach, all right? When Jackson State was put on the front of that Sports Illustrated magazine, QB1 Shedeur Sanders, Coach Prime, and Travis Hunter, we already knew the expectations of what everybody was going to be looking at. Because remember, let me help you with this. Being in that room, looking at all of the media that was there, looking to get to that Jackson State table. I mean, yes, they did interview some of the other, you know, other teams that was in the vicinity of where Jackson State was at, but those media outlets that don't really cover HBCU sports like that, they were there to get a story. They want to ask those questions. Remember one thing, in order for you to sell magazines, you have to have what? A story. If you don't have a story, guess what? You're not selling no magazines. If you don't have stories to put up on social media, guess what? You're not going to get no clicks. You're not going to get no likes. This was business. This is all I'm trying to get everybody to understand. It had nothing to do with slighting anyone. It was business. When I walked into that, when I walked into that ballroom, the first two tables that I saw was Mississippi Valley State and Jackson State sitting close by, and then you had Florida A&M right next to them, right? When you walked into the room, you saw a line of cameras, you know, like it kind of like a half moon, a half round shape, sitting right there at the table trying to, you know, conduct interviews with these young men and Coach Prime throughout the day to, you know, get their questions answered, which is to be expected. Heck, I was trying to get questions answered too, but I mean, it was just so much going on. It's just like, okay, I'll have to wait and see how all of this goes. And I just say, hey, I'm going to go to the other side of the room. I want to watch how all of this is, you know, how everything is moving. My pops always told me, son, when you come into a room, you always sit down, you watch the table. And I said, hey, let me go watch the table. Let me take Pop's advice and watch the table. And that's exactly what I did. But I'm telling you right now, if Coach Prime did not bring this young man to SWAC media day, it was dang if he do, dang if he don't. And not only that, everyone in that room wanted to know why did Travis Hunter choose Jackson State? Or why did he choose to go to HBCU? You already knew that same question is going to be asked 1 million times over and over again. And I'm sure, Travis Hunter, if you watch it, if I'm incorrect, please send me a direct message. Let me know, hey, Coach, you wrong. They asked me, hey, how many other HBCUs did I look at? I'm just being funny. I'm sure they didn't ask that question at all, but I'm just saying. Travis Hunter being the first 5-star recruit, ranked number one in the country, chose to go to HBCU over a Power 5 program. You don't think that's a story? That's going to be a story for a little while now. I'm just saying. Matter of fact, if Jackson State wins the SWAC championship as well as the Celebration Bowl, what questions do you think they're going to ask? Hey, how does it feel to win a HBCU championship with Jackson State where you had all of these Power 5 schools that was considering bringing you into their programs? What is it about Jackson State that made you decide that this was a better fit for you instead of going to that Power 5 program, which, you know, they might not even make it to the playoffs? You get what I'm saying? So it's going to be those type of little questions here and there that's going to be asked of him every time he sits down in front of someone. But I'm going to be honest with you. Coach Prime picking QB1 Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter to attend the SWAC Media Day, that was marketing 101 at its finest, not only for the football program, but for the University of Jackson State. And what some may not understand, many of the athletes right now are looking at NIL deals and to be drafted into the NFL. And guess what, guys? You got to have that marketing savvy to understand exactly how to position yourselves in the manner which you need to for you to get to that spot that you're trying to get to what? Get the bag. We already know finances for HBCUs have been behind forever and a day. So yes, you're going to play your best hand coming into a media day like that, making sure that all of the eyes are on you for people to see like, man, okay, he got this young man here. Everybody's asking these questions. And who knows, somebody might play a interview of QB1 Shedeur Sanders as well as Travis Hunter and say, man, you know what? I like these young men. I like what they're bringing to the table. Let's go ahead. Let's contribute more over there to Jackson State. Matter of fact, let's go find us an HBCU or two and contribute to them as well. So that Sports Illustrated magazine with Jackson State on the front, it ain't just about Jackson State. It's more so about everybody, all of the HBCUs out there, because now you got people wanting to recognize and say, hey, there's more stories out there that we have not heard nothing about. But the one thing that gets me is this. I was listening to the Pivot podcast, and Kevin Hart said something that just floored me with what's going on. And I stand on this because this was something that happened in the 90s when when HBCUs was really moving back then. And it seems like our culture finds a way to screw it up. And it's always something with the ego, some type of chaos and mass confusion that's going on to the same beat. Why I say that? Because everyone is looking for this to fail. I'm not trying to kick no dirt on the culture or nothing like that. I'm telling it to you straight because I'm saying it from the heart. There's a lot of folks out here that feel, you know, that they might not be good enough to be, you know, chosen to go, you know, to that, you know, go to that media day. I'm like, heck, I'm sure there's a lot of players that felt like that and other HBCUs that didn't go to their media days as well. And I respectfully understand them also. But understand this. Do you want to be remembered for a media day in which you were asked a couple of questions and you got a couple of sound bites in there, and then once the season is over with, there's nothing else left to talk about? But what happens when you hoisting up that SWAC championship, MEAC championship, CIAA championship, SIAC championship, and then say you go play your playoffs or you go play in the HBCU national championship and you raising that trophy up as well to say, hey, I am now a national championship, or hey, I won Division II playoffs. I'm the Division II playoff champion over here doing our thing. Guess what's going to happen now? That microphone will be sitting right there in your face for you to do all the talking you want to do because they're going to put behind your name, champion. Champion, tell me what's going on with blah, blah, blah. Champion, give me the ins and outs of what took place this season that brought the team together for them to find a way to dig in that bag to make sure they were able to get through tough games like this here where, you know, you had to lean on your other 10 brothers out there on the field for you to go ahead and cross that goal line and score that winning touchdown. Or what was it that you had to do on defense to get that 4th and 1 stop to make sure you were able to give the ball back to your team to go drive down the field to kick a field goal. You get what I'm saying? Those are the type of things that you're going to have those opportunities there to speak and deliver the message that you want to deliver. But the one thing I got to ask you is this. When they put the microphone in front of your face, are you ready? Will you be ready? And I know you will. I know all of you will, because guess what? It's burning inside to have that moment. And guess what? You're going to get all the moments that you want, especially those of you that's looking to get drafted to the NFL. You're going to do a lot of talking. So get yourself prepared and ready, because the microphones, hey, they're going to have them hot mics there waiting to see if they can catch you slipping. And that's not something that you want to do. But position yourselves accordingly and understand this. Football starts in less than 30 days. And we already know those in the SWAC are definitely looking to come and knock Jackson State off their pedestal, because they feel that all of the notoriety and all of the rah-rah that they have gotten over the past couple of months, they don't deserve it because they didn't win the Celebration Bowl. And there's a lot of folks out here that feel they're better than Jackson State. Guess what? You're going to have your opportunity to prove it. It's going to be teams over the MEAC looking to say, hey, listen, we coming over here to beat up on some of these daggone SWAC teams because they ain't really got what it takes for them to come over there and beat the MEAC. That's how they feel. So, guys, guess what? It's time to strap up, suit up, boot up, get ready, get in there between them lines, because kickoff is less than 30 days away. Are you ready? All I'm saying is this. The SWAC Media Day was fun, but the SWAC Media Day does not dictate who you are as an athlete. The controversy, yeah, this young man understood fully he was going to have to deal with it time and time again. But understand this, when you saw that Sports Illustrated magazine, you knew the masses was going to want to see that. And Coach Prime ain't playing checkers, he's playing chess, trying to bring more eyes to not only Jackson State, but HBCU sports. Believe it or not, that's just my thought. Until next time, guys, y'all know the deal. If you like the content, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get all upcoming videos. And remember, be the one and lead.